What's up, YouTube? Jado here, bringing some news in regards to a new Star Wars project. Now, apparently, there's a new Star Wars franchise reboot in the works, and the developer Visceral Games is looking like they're going to be the team to be working on it. Now, Visceral Games is a subsidiary development studio of EA, and they're a decently known studio. They did make some pretty good games. I mean, just to name a few, you got James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing. Now, that, in my own personal opinion, is one of the best Bond iterations that the franchise has ever seen. They developed also Agent Under Fire and From Russia with Love, but those Bond games were pretty much more on the average side of things. They did the Lord of the Rings game, The Return of the King. That was pretty well received critically, but I didn't get to play it, so I can't give you my personal opinion on it. They also did The Godfather, the game. Now that one I really enjoyed. I just like the mafia theme, mafia movies, games. They did a pretty decent job, in my opinion, on that game. I had a lot of fun with it. One of my favorites back in the day. Visceral Games, their best and most notable work, though, it has to go to Dead Space, the series. That was just an excellent franchise. But the studio, they're not without their low points. Some of the latest creations that they worked on, like the Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel, and Battlefield Hardline, those games were pretty much toilet material, in my opinion. Now, while Hardline didn't flop or it wasn't just a total failure, I pretty much just didn't like it. I like the Battlefield franchise, but that was just one that I just didn't like. And it can be said that the game just didn't live up to the high standards previously set by the main developer, DICE. And that brings me to my next question. Can Visceral Games develop a great Star Wars game if given the same tools as Battlefront? And this is quite possibly what's going on here, but it's by no means definitive. If you look at the collaboration between DICE and Visceral Games, you'll see a trend with the last two Battlefield games. You'll notice that DICE released Battlefield 4, and then a little over a year later, Visceral released Hardline using the same engine and tools. So it could be the same thing that we're seeing with the new Battlefront game, and the fact that it's coming out now that Visceral Games is making a Star Wars game as well. It could come out a year after Battlefront. One of the differences here, though, is that we know Battlefront is multiplayer only, and Visceral's version of the Star Wars game that they're working on seems like it's going to be taking a heavy story route. The reason I say that is because Amy Hennig, the previous creative director and the writer for the Uncharted series, she left Naughty Dog last year and moved on to EA. Now she's working at Visceral Games on the new Star Wars project. She's a pretty good writer too. Alongside the Uncharted series, she did a good job with the Jack and Daxter series as well. And that's one of the series I like to see come back. But with Sony on this, trippage lately with this Kickstarter thing, I mean, I could just see it now. As soon as fans start requesting to see Jack and Daxter, they probably gonna start, asking for those fan funds. I could just hear him right now. If we raise $6 million, we can include a fully functional jack or some old bull crap like that. And then they'll probably tell you another $6 million. They'll go ahead and include Daxter. And then maybe even another $2 million. We'll go ahead and include a custom character skin pack or something crazy like that. But anyway, man, they deserve a shot taking that for that Kickstarter plan, because that's some bull crap, man. I mean, come on. How you gonna have a customer pay to help create a product and then pay again to own it? I mean, damn, that's just double dipping like a mug right there, man. Yoshida, I swear he gonna find a way to get that damn $29 back, man. That's what it's looking like to me. But anyway, man, they tripping on that Kickstarter thing, man. They tripping like it's some sort of money glitch in Witcher 3, man. But I hope I hope somebody within that company fixes their glitching ass real soon, because this shit seems like it's about to get out of hand. But anyway, back on track. So earlier this week, I was reading an article on Polygon. Nolan North, the voice actor for Nathan Drake, he made some interesting comments about the new Star Wars project at a MetroCon panel. He said, quote unquote, if you're a big fan of Amy Hennig and what her style is, the big thing about her is that she's gone on to EA and is going on to reboot a brand new Star Wars franchise in the style of Uncharted. Now, somebody in the audience asked a question about it being Star Wars 13 or something like that. The article wasn't really clear exactly what the question was, which I'll leave the article in the description field, the link for it. And North responded saying he said it wasn't Star Wars 1313, but it was along the same lines. So here you got North and Hennig working together, for about a decade, and they seems like they're still in pretty good communication, talking about their current projects and whatnot. And because of their close relationship, that leads me to feel like, this news about this Star Wars stuff is pretty legit. Now, as far as a Star Wars game with an Uncharted style along the same lines of Star Wars 1313, this could be one of the next big franchises. I mean, you have Visceral Games, they're a capable studio. They're partnered with EA and they have access to the Frostbite engine and all that tech like they did with Hardline. And it should also be noted that Star Wars Battlefront runs on Frostbite as well. Having Amy Hennig taking charge of the story, that's a massive plus. This could end up being a worthy addition to the Star Wars catalog, and it could even end up being a truly epic game. I mean, everything's right there for them. All coins do have two sides, though, and this could as easily go down the same route as Hardline, coughing up the dust trails that Battlefield 4 left behind. But anyway, since Battlefront is a multiplayer only game, this could be a good alternative to get your Star Wars story fix. We're just gonna have to wait and see like a gameplay reveal trailer or something to find out. But anyway, that wraps up this video. Thanks for checking it out. I'll holler at y'all later.